Hello, my darlings. Welcome back. I am so excited today to get into this topic because it has been a running theme in my life ever since I was, a wee little yo. And I just want to kind of get real with you, give you a little bit of my story and how this story is affecting you. Sharing your story has been coming up for me all over the place these past few days. I usually have this planned and, I talk about a specific thing that I've been ruminating over for a while, all the different ways in which it's impacting style. As you may have noticed, doing, multiple ways to wear one thing is not really my jam. Your biggest style hang up is between your two ears. Whole MO is that your style is putting on display the way that you think and feel about yourself. When the subject of hiding and not necessarily even hiding, sometimes just minimizing yourself or pulling back, even if unintentionally, can be so detrimental. And once you realize that this is a thing you're doing, you're like, oh my God, what other ways am I holding back? How am I holding myself back? So the whole theme of holding yourself back for this particular story, it starts in about 2017 when one rainy Saturday, my sister dragged me to the local community theater because she needed a ride and they were working on cleaning out their costume closet, and costumes, clothes, totally my jam. So she drags me to this theater. I meet all these awesome people. They're kind and funny and all super talented. I felt like I fit right in. One thing leads to another, and I get roped into working as a wardrobe assistant on the upcoming show. They needed multiple people to help quick change the main actor, and she volunteered and volunteered me essentially with her. So I spend all this time hiding backstage when I really wanted to be out on stage in the spotlight. And I just thought, oh, that's so hard. I can't do that. I can't step out into the spotlight, remembering all those lines. And then how do they know where to go from one place to the next when they say the lines? And there's just so much. And people are watching me. They're going to judge me. What if I make a mistake? There is no way, nothing on this big blue planet that is going to drag me from behind stage out into the spotlight, even though I so desperately wanted to be out there. So I'm behind the scenes working on this costume change, and for productions, whenever you run a show, our particular theater typically runs a show 2 weekends, which means the whole week before you are there every night running through the show like you have a live audience, and then typically that weekend they'll run 3 to 4 performances, so then you're there every night. And then the following week that it runs the second weekend, there's like a brush up rehearsal, we call it, and then 3 more shows. So we are there literally every night. And by the time night 4 rolls around, I am reciting everybody's lines and anticipating the punchlines to the jokes that are about to come up. And I'm like, well, maybe this remembering lines thing is not so hard. Maybe I could do that. This show runs its course, and I find out that their spring musical happens to be My Fair Lady, which has been one of my all-time favorites ever since I was a little kid. Watching Audrey Hepburn in that beautiful white gown with that parasol, and then, singing those songs, just you wait, Henry Higgins, just you wait. Oh, it was like, I was like, okay, I could maybe be Eliza Doolittle. I mean, Eliza Doolittle's actually 19, and, I was over 30 at this point, so I know I look young for my age, but I don't think I could exactly pull off 19. But I worked up the nerve. I auditioned thinking like, well, we'll just see what happens. I can't sing. I can dance. And, I can be funny and I can put on a good old Cockney accent, if I need to. So I auditioned for this show and I get a call. They want to put me in the show. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be in a show. And I was like, yes, I'm going to do it. I was in the ensemble, so I got to learn, a few group numbers. We got to do some fun dancing. Oh, it was a great time. And then opening night rolls around and I realize, oh my God, I can't hide in the back anymore. Like, I have to step out on stage and I have to fully embrace like this. I was a pub owner, this British Cockney accent pub owner, and whack Doolittle with a cane because he's a good for nothing bum trying to get drinks out of my bar for free. And I have to do this. I have to step in front of 300 strangers in the spotlight and speak with an accent, not even in my own voice. But I did it. I did it, guys. And it was incredible. This was Yo on performance mode, Performer Yo Unleashed. By the time the show had run its course, auditions were being held the very last night of our last performance for My Fair Lady. And I found out that it was Hair, not to be confused with Hairspray, Hair about, drugs, sex, hippies, and Vietnam protests. I was like, how much fun is that? Yes, let's do it. So I audition again, I get put in the show again, and then at the first read through of the script, I find out I signed up for a show that not only has drugs and cursing and free love and, we're protesting, all fun things, but then also a mock orgy where we all get naked at the end of the first act. And I kind of panicked a little, like, oh my God, I have to get naked on stage. And the director reassures everybody that, no, it's fine. Like, you only have to, strip down as to your level of comfort. If you just want to take off a shirt, if you want to like mock take a shirt off, there'll be smoke, there's lights, it'll be pretty obscured and, pretty difficult for people to see you. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go for broke. Like, I can't get completely naked because I need somewhere for my microphone to be. But I was like, I'm not going to hide. I am not going to like slink into the back behind the crowd of hippies that I've joined and, pretend to take off a shirt. Hell no, I'm going for it. So off came the pants and off came the shirt. And then we get interrupted by the police is the whole shtick. Like, it's illegal and we run off stage and that's the end of Act 1. So I'm running off stage, for all these performances in my bra and undies. Like, talk about not hiding. You can't hide in your undies on stage in front of 300 people. You just can't. So it was at this point that I had gained so much confidence from stepping out of this shadow that I had made for myself. Before you know it, I was in 2 or 3 more shows. Life began to spiral out of control. I decided that I was going to leave an unhappy marriage. I left the job that I hated, which led to my most recent job. And that allowed me to train in a city all the way across my state. I made new friends. I went out on dates. I was going through divorce at this point. So while I was in this foreign city, I thought, what the hell? Let's go on some dates. And it led to a whole new group of friends. And all because I decided not to hide, which is what I've been doing with you guys up until now. No more hidden yo. That job that I mentioned, I have been working still and doing this like on the side. And I thought, we are going to fully commit. We are going to serve all these clients as best as we can, which was completely reinforced for me this past weekend while I was out shopping with a client. And I'm listening to her throw terms out about silhouettes that are good for her body shape and, using terms. I was so proud. I was like a proud little mama. I'm like, oh my gosh, listen to you speak in the language. I'm so proud. I felt like in the interest of the way that I lead my clients, that your mind is your biggest style asset, I thought, you know what? It's time to come clean. So I left it. What I realized through all this is that we hide from ourselves by not embracing our style. We don't embrace and wear the things that we love to wear. We hide behind baggy clothes. We hide behind things that don't fit properly because it feels like it's too much of a chore to, put in time and invest effort into looking for something that feels right for us. We think, well, this doesn't smell bad. It doesn't have holes in it. It's, covers my body, and that's all that's important. But what's happening is when you show up somewhere, people are like, oh, that girl is hiding from herself. People know. If you think someone looks at you in an oversized t-shirt and some old jeans that are either too small or too big, and the hems are all torn up because they're too long and they dragged under your shoes, and they think like, oh, well, she's cool with herself. No, they don't think you're cool with yourself. They think, ooh, she's going through some things, isn't she? She doesn't really take care of herself. So I'm really here challenging you today and asking you, what part of yourself are you hiding from? What style snafu, what issue that's keeping you so maybe unfashionably frustrated, I should say, and stuck in these old habits of, keeping clothes for, well, someday I'll wear that when, or this one doesn't fit today, but I'm going to lose 10 pounds and it's going to fit. Or, style's just not important. Nobody cares. Honey, we care. We care about you, and we want you to care about you. Because by getting dressed every day, you're not only shifting your mindset from, sloth and chill and sometimes even depression, and you are kicking all of that negative juju out and stepping into, okay, this is the kind of person that I am today. And, in my future self, and I'm big on visualizations into the whole woo-woo, as it's been termed lately, the universe, anyway, that's my jam. So manifestations and visualization, and I think often about who am I today and who do I want to be tomorrow? And what does that lifestyle look like for her? What habits does she have? And as a stylist, of course, how does she dress? And so I want you to do the same thing, because if you are getting up every day and you have this badass boss bitch in your head and you are throwing on old sweats and a t-shirt just because it's not holy and stained and saying that you're working towards being this boss ass bitch, you are not. You should really evaluate where you're coming from with that mindset and why you would choose to neglect yourself in such a manner that you are hiding in these clothes that, one, don't suit you, two, don't suit the vision of you, and three, don't do anything to boost your mood and push you forward more towards your goals and who you are. So this week, when I say mind your style, at the end of this video, I really want you to mind your style. I challenge every one of my clients that first week that we're together to document every outfit from head to toe and write how they feel. I have a series of journal prompts that I give them. And if you want to do this, you can send me a DM. We'll talk about what that is for you, and we can have a consultation and I'll walk you through my whole process. Definitely encourage that, because, reflection is where the growth is. And that's how you learn from where you are and figure out how you get to where you want to be. I have committed no more hidden yo, no more what I thought or think I feel or feel, no more being what I feel like you guys need me to be. I'm going to be the fully unleashed performance level yo, and I want you to do the same. What is your performance level? What is you stepping out of the wings and into the spotlight? And what style accompanies that? How does that person dress? How is she owning the spotlight instead of hiding at the back of the ensemble or backstage with the costumers? I really, really want you guys to think about that and look at what you're choosing as an outfit each day this week, and think about how you can do better for yourself. I want you to step out of the shadows into the light. Look at who you are. Look at what you're wearing. Does that match? And as you go about the rest of your week, I want you to mind your style. I'll see you all next time, my darlings.